Hi guys, welcome! RO 2.0 has officially been released in China server last January 6, and we're speculating that this new episode update will come in C and global servers by late February. This is evidenced by several teasers for RO 2.0 that have been posted in the official Ragnarok Eternal Love Facebook page. One of the most awaited features of RO 2.0 is the release of the new Ninja expanded job class. So in line with this, I'll be releasing a series of videos on what we know so far about the Ninja class and how to prepare in advance. And in this first episode of the series, we'll look into the unique characteristics and special skills of this class. Then on the succeeding videos, we'll focus on the 3 major DPS Ninja builds, including the stats, skills, runes, equipment, cards, and tips that are relevant to each build. Hopefully by the end of this series, you'll have a clearer idea on what Ninja class is all about so that you can decide whether to build one when RO 2.0 arrives. Alright, without further ado, let's begin. Since Ninja is an expanded job class, similar to Super Novice class, you will be able to change into Ninja once your Novice character has reached base level 80. The Ninja class can equip the Huma Shuriken weapon, which can increase physical and magic attack. Upon reaching Ninja job level 70, you can transfer to the 3rd job class, which is called the Kagero for males and Abora for females. Although the names are different, their stats and skills are the same. The 3rd job can now wield sword-type weapons. Then once you've reached job level 60, you can change into the 4th job class, which is called Yamata for males and Amaterasu for females. Next, let's discuss the offensive skills of the Ninja class. One of the unique features of ninjas is their basic attack, because it is no longer a repetition of a single normal attack action. Instead, it will be a cycle of 4 attack types with different effect animations, and increasing damage, which is called Flow Blade. Its animation is also different depending on which weapon you are equipped with. Here is a comparison of the attack animation when using sword and shuriken type weapons. As you can notice, the first 2 attack types are just slashing animations, with each attack dealing 100% and 150% physical attack damage. Meanwhile, the 3rd attack type deals 3 stage damage, giving a total of 300% physical attack damage. And for the 4th and last attack type, it deals an explosive 600% AoE physical damage. With this new auto-attack mechanic of the Ninja class, it's essential to complete all the 4 attack types of Flow Blade. You need to watch the attack animation closely and wait for the 4th attack type before casting other skills. The proper timing of the use of manual skills and basic attacks will ensure an increase in your overall damage per second. Another distinct aspect of Ninja's Flow Blade is that attack frequency is not affected by attack speed. However, Agi will still be important since there's an Aesir rune that will increase the damage of Flow Blade for every 10 points of Agi. Other relevant Aesir runes will reduce the enemy's movement speed by 30% for 3 seconds and increase the damage of Flow Blade's 4th attack type by 40%. We'll be focusing on the Flow Blade auto-attack critical build in the 2nd episode of this series, so stay tuned for that. Another unique feature of the Ninja class is that they're the only class that can equip the Huma Shuriken weapon. It is considered a melee-type weapon, but the related skills can be casted from a distance. Examples of Huma Shuriken skills are the Kunai Explosion, which deals 2 times AoE fire damage after a 2-second delay, the Throw Huma Shuriken, which deals damage to all enemies in front of you, which has higher damage for every enemy within the AoE, and the 4th job skill Swirling Pedal, which throws the Huma Shuriken to damage all enemies in an area for 5 seconds. Its damage is dependent on your Throw Huma Shuriken skill, and it has a resemblance with the Card Tornado skill of Novice Guardian. We'll be focusing on the Huma Shuriken physical skill damage build in the 3rd episode of this series, so stay tuned for that. Last for the offensive skills are the Ninjutsu and Summoning Jutsu magic skills. Magic ninjas specialize on these skills that can deal AoE magic damage and summon magical creatures. Some examples of ninjutsu skills are the Ninjutsu Falling Ice Pillar, which summons a huge frozen meteor to crash onto enemies, dealing water magic damage and inflicting frozen status. Summoning Jutsu Zinogre, which summons a thunder wolf around the caster, causing wind magic damage. And the 4th job skill, Summoning Jutsu Orochi, which summons a huge serpent with many heads that deal earth magic damage and has a chance to inflict fear status. We'll be focusing on the ninjutsu magic skill damage build in the 4th and final episode of this series, so stay tuned for that. Up next, let's discuss the auxiliary skills of the ninja class. Ninjas do not only deal huge damage in the battlefield, but also ensure their own survival by being adept in the art of stealth, illusion, disruption, and evasion, making them a formidable force in PvP. Let's start with the art of stealth. One of the most well-known skills of ninjas is their ability to vanish and become invisible, and in order to hide from enemies, ninjas can either cast the Fog Hiding skill or the Aesir rune skill Fog Slash. Both hiding skills have a short channeling time, and the hiding status can last for up to 20 seconds. The main difference is that Fog Hiding is used more defensively, as you'll be revealed after attacking, while Fog Slash is used more offensively, as you can attack and release skills while hiding. Fog Slash has a longer cooldown of 45 seconds compared to Fog Hiding's 10-second cooldown. In addition, Fog Hiding grants plus 50 flee and plus 30 crit def while in hiding status. And this Class A rune can also grant up to 10% movement speed and plus 10% magic damage reduction while in Fog Hiding. There is also the Shadow Slash passive skill that can increase casting range by 3 meters while hiding, so it has good synergy with Fog Slash. Next, for the art of illusion, ninjas have the ability to create illusions that can distract their enemies. The most important is the Illusion Shadow skill, which creates solid copies of themselves called Shadow Clones. Each cast can summon one Shadow Clone, and only up to 2 Shadow Clones may exist, each lasting for 20 seconds. These Shadow Clones are not only useful for confusing enemies, but are also useful offensively, as they can move freely, perform basic attacks, and even use skills in your auto and manual skill bar randomly. Enemies will surely have a hard time distinguishing between the real ninja and the Shadow Clones. The damage and survivability of the Shadow Clones can be further enhanced by the following runes and skills. First, the Illusion Shadow Flowblade Aesir rune can increase the clone's basic attack damage by up to 40%, while the Illusion Shadow Invisible Aesir rune can reduce the damage taken by clones by up to 50%. Second, the 8-Phase Shadow Class S Advanced rune can further increase the damage of the clones by up to 30%, reduce the damage they receive by up to 30%, and can even let you summon 2 clones per cast. Third, the Shadow Hiding passive skill will let Shadow Clones automatically enter hiding status, wherein their damage is increased by 25%. The clone's movement speed in hiding status can also increase by 50% when this Aesir rune is activated. And fourth, the Yamata and Amaterasu skill Burning Prison can inflict burning status to enemies when a Shadow Clone is killed. Other illusion skills that can cast confusion to enemies are as follows. First is the Illusion Bewitch skill, which applies an illusion status to an enemy player for 8 seconds. When in illusion status, all the skill icons of enemies will change into question mark, and when they click the icon, a random skill in the skill bar will be used, or they may perform basic attacks. Its duration can be extended to 11 seconds when this Aesir rune is activated. Second is obtained from a Class S rune and is called Illusion Hazy Fantasy. It applies an illusion status to an enemy player, wherein the healing effect of the enemy will be transferred to yourself for up to 18 seconds. If the third line is activated, the illusion status cannot be dispelled. I guess this will be a good counter against the high healing power of Saint and Chronomancer. Third and last is the Yamata and Amaterasu skill Illusion Death. It applies an illusion status to an enemy player, wherein the enemy cannot correctly observe his and his allies' HP bar for 10 seconds. This will definitely cause panic and confusion to your enemies. Next, for the art of disruption, ninjas have powerful debuffs that can counter even the most powerful players. First, ninjas have the ability to reveal other hidden enemies with a Shadow Trampling skill. It deals damage to nearby enemies and can deal double damage if enemies are hidden. its damage can be increased by up to 30% and its cooldown reduced by 1 second with its Class B rune. Next, the augmented reality skill can curse an enemy so that they cannot use the attacks and skills of a specified attribute for 10 seconds. Third, the ninjutsu water escape technique creates a water march under the caster which can clear field skills such as Earth Field and Time Field. So this will definitely be a hard counter against Chronomancer's field skills. In addition, several debuffs may be applied on enemies stepping on the water march wherein the movement speed, agi, dex, and attack speed will be greatly reduced. Fourth, the Acer Monument skill Makibishi allows ninjas to spread triangle spikes or caltrops to a designated area. There is a chance that the enemies will be inflicted by bleeding and stun status when stepping on the caltrops. Fifth and last, the fourth drop skill Senra 100 Eyes will create an elemental array under the caster's feet corresponding to the caster's elemental aura. The array will clear all field skills and consume your own elemental aura. When enemies are inside the elemental array, their corresponding elemental damage reduction, def, and mdef will be reduced, and they will be inflicted with abnormal status. Lastly, ninjas are also adept at the art of evasion, wherein they have multiple skills that help them escape sticky situations. First is the Shadow Leap, which is their dash skill. What makes it unique is that it is not just a single jump or flash skill. Instead, you'll be able to take off in the air and then change direction with the use of the joystick. After taking off, you'll be immune to ground magic effect for 2 seconds, so this is a perfect escape tool in PvP. There are also Acer and advanced runes that can improve Shadow Leap's effects, such as decreasing its cooldown from 7 seconds down to 3.5 seconds, making it more spammable, giving a 30% chance to enter hiding status upon casting, getting additional 20% extra movement speed on top of the 30% from max breakthrough, and having immunity to range physical damage after taking off. Another displacement skill of ninjas is Ninjutsu Flashback, which marks an enemy from up to 10 meters and then lets you teleport to their position within 10 seconds after use. The marked enemy's movement speed is also reduced by 30%. I think this is more useful for engaging enemies so that you can use Shadow Leap when you need to escape. Lastly, Yamada and Amaterasu have the passive skill Cicada's Skin Shed, which is their unique anti-fatal mechanic. After receiving a fatal blow, they have a chance to avoid death, making them invisible for a short period and automatically enter hiding status. They'll also leave a wooden stake in place or a shadow clone if the third line of this Class S star rune is activated. Alright, so far we've discussed all the utility skills of ninja class that will make them fun to play in PvP. Stay tuned for the next episode of my ninja series as we'll focus more on the stats, skills, runes, equipment, and the tips for the Flow Blade auto-attack critical build. Alright, that's it for this video guys. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed watching this guide. If you're new here, I would love for you to consider subscribing by hitting the red subscribe button down below. I would love to have you back. Thank you for watching and see you in our next episode.